Hello and welcome back to day number 52 of my road to 200 kilogram total. Now, I'm not gonna lie when I say that I am ridiculously tired from lifting 3 days in a row. Yeah. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but again, that is like the topic of yesterday's video about managing your training week. This is what I went with because I'd rather be tired for the first 3 days since these are indeed light. Well, maybe not the first day, but day 2 and day 3 are relatively light. So I can do those back to back pretty easily, but the overall stress from doing them 3 days in a row, yeah, it's got to me this morning when I found it really, really hard to get out of bed and to do my usual morning routine. However, after basically mentally powering through it, I was able to muster up enough strength to go to work and come back home with a fire to just lift. Now, for today's session, it was obviously, this is the day 3 is usually the hardest for me because of all the accessory work. So the thing that killed me today was the amount of volume that I did for the bicep curls plus pull-ups. Yep, definitely arms were just nothing humbles you more than doing pull-ups and after your arms have been just massively wrecked. So however, the clean and jerks went really well. Jerks were, I don't want to say easy because they were kind of too easy to the point that my back leg wasn't extending backwards because I could really just power the bar up during the jerk, which is not something I want to do yet because I want to practice that perfect technique, though that positional strength of landing with a bent back knee. So needed to adjust that, and actually I forgot during the first rep that I had to bring my front foot back first. Damn, that's very confusing. But yeah, overall was still clean jerks went very smoothly. Yep, and I actually went ahead of myself and when talking about the clean and jerk, I'm still in the bar warm up. And alright, that was just the bar warm up. Get used to holding the bar again, and then now is the actual clean and jerk warm up. Yeah, the clean and jerk warm up. So again, I'm practicing everything very snappy and focusing a lot on same with the snatch. I'm now focusing a lot more work into pulling under the bar rather than powering the bar up. And here is something that has been helping me a lot with finishing the drive for the jerk, and that is to do basically how Quo does her push presses and where she leads on the tiptoe where she stays on her toes after the drive. Because I noticed that with my jerks, I'm actually cutting the extension pretty short. Yeah, I have no idea why I'm doing that. It's probably a timing issue. I'm gonna have to ask Fitz about that. Even though he told me that my jerks have been improving a lot, that's actually something that I am personally seeing. I personally see could be a hindrance because when you watch the slow motion videos of elite athletes jerking, they will, even though the focus is more on the speed of the split, so that you can establish your feet immediately and then just bend your back leg as needed so that you don't press out. #kick out the press out rule. You still need to drive that bar as vertically up as possible, and I think cutting the extension short by not extending with your ankles could possibly hinder my progress with the jerks. Here we go. Yep, clean and jerks, very easy. Boom, beautiful. Back leg first. Front leg goes back first. And something that you've also noticed, I think, for the people that watched yesterday's video with the front squats, is that I'm focusing a lot on really exploding that bar and popping it off the chest like that in every rep. That's fairly consistent among all of my clean and jerks. Yeah, it's not to readjust the bar or anything, even though I said that before. No, it's more of that feeling of power, the power you have over the bar to just pop it off your chest. And it gives me that confidence to know that if I can do that with 100 kilos or more, if I can just pop it off the chest, then I know that I can drive that bar really high during the jerk. So it's pretty much more or less psychological. But there are benefits. Some people would actually, a good example would be Zach Telander. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that everyone who's watching this already knows who Zach Telander is, and when he pops the bar off his chest after a clean, that's to readjust his grip on the bar, and because of his long arms, he needs to shorten the range that the bar has to, the distance that the bar has to travel up. So then you can do that by spreading your arms wider during the jerk. Now here was the hardest, again, it's actually the hardest part of every training week. Well, maybe except last week when the squats were just absolutely killing me. But for this week it's still the same load, 25 kilos for the bicep curl, followed by 10 pull-ups. 25 kilos for 20 reps on the bicep curls, and then 10 bodyweight pull-ups. Now, I only recorded the first set because the following sets I forgot the video, but mostly it's because of the fact that my form deteriorates, so I ended up having to do the CrossFit style kipping pull-ups for set number 5 to 6. Anyways, and ending it off with, instead of glute raises, I opted to just do really high shoulder flies instead. So just so that the load is there, because I can't with the 10 kilogram glute raises. It's just too hard. And it hurts my back. When it reaches the top, it just hurts my back with my right trap to be exact, when I'm doing it with 10 kilo plates. Very overly for the croc rows, apparently the single arm cheater row is also known as the croc row, and I'm very familiar with how I did croc rows before, so I just decided to change that. Instead of with the one leg back, which is the usual what you'd usually see for the rows. So yeah, that's it for today's video. See you guys in maybe 2 or 3 days, depending on how well I recover. Bye.